Terraform, an infrastructure as code tool that can provision resources in the cloud from simple declarative code. When building an app in the cloud, you may find yourself using the graphical user interface of your favorite cloud provider, clicking on buttons and paying for products just like you would on an e-commerce site. The only drawback of this approach is that it's complete and total chaos. You might click 1,000 different buttons to get your VM configured properly, but what happens when you need to reproduce the same thing again in the future? Terraform provides a way to build, change, and version infrastructure safely and efficiently.
What is up, Theta homies? It is your boy Justin Passetti back again with another Theta token video, another Theta token update. So as you can tell, with another introduction for the new Theta hackathon winner, we'll definitely dive into a little bit and then showcase as to more details as to how this winner is going to be involved a little bit more onto the Theta ecosystem, the improvements, the potential partnerships it could have, and then just continuous building for this platform for everyone that is watching these videos. So if you haven't yet, please hit that like and subscribe button if you're trying to find as much Theta news, updates, NFTs, or any kind of Theta partnerships. If you're an OG viewer and subscriber, welcome back, and let's get with it. Starting on X, we're going to see what Jihi said seen here. So as you can tell, this was posted on September 20th of 2024. Seeing what he reposted as infra as code tools like this could make large-scale deployments on Theta Network Edgecloud much easier and more efficiently, especially for enterprise customers. Check out their blog post to learn more. So going on to Theta Network, when they posted this as well on the same day, it says the winner of the Theta hackathon Edgecloud Track, so there's been different tracks for this competition, so like different categories for each one, is the Thetaform for the Edgecloud Track is the winner, enabling developers to use HashiCorp Terraform infra as code to programmatically deploy AI model service to Edgecloud, manage Theta videos via scripts, and more. Read more in the Thetaform's profile blog. When you hover over HashiCorp, for those who may not be in the space, because I'm in healthcare, here is their bio. Seeing HashiCorp helps you to automate multi-cloud and hybrid environments with infrastructure and security lifecycle management for support. Here is their ad. So it looks like about almost 100,000 followers. For those who are using this platform, put some thoughts and comments down below. I feel like there's a lot of more developers that are utilizing this technology nowadays. So if you are watching this video and you are involved in it in some sort of way, please put some thoughts and comments down below. Going on to this Medium article, also just seeing that this was pre-posted. Just want to mention a couple things that were highlighted as to why this one is going to be a little more important for the reason why I'm making the video. Here's another successful Theta hackathon has been completed with a brilliant group of winning projects in the AI, video, and gaming sectors. We thank all the awesome developers and teams that are submitted their projects to this edition of Theta hackathon, helping to build a decentralized future of AI media and entertainment. In the coming weeks, we'll be highlighting all the top projects. So here is Thetaform. As you can tell, here is a couple of the key points that they want you to know. Thetaform lets you create Theta infrastructure in Terraform, the infrastructure as code software tool created by HashiCorp, so you can automate and secure usage of Theta Edgecloud in your develop ops flow and lower your cloud bill. This allows Theta developers to programmatically deploy AI model service from Theta library or your own Docker image, spin up down notebook service from your Jenkins pipelines or GitHub actions, manage your Theta videos as infrastructure resources in your Terraform scripts. So basically, to my understanding, they'll be able to implement some sort of these tasks onto each platform. So for example, if you have a deployment and then you want to borrow it from a Theta deployment, for example, and then incorporate into your project, it's kind of just like a copy and paste method. So then it'll be able to detect the deployment that you want it to detect, I believe, and then make those changes accordingly to run a system accordingly based on my knowledge. We'll go into a little bit more of an introduction video that you saw previously in the beginning of the video, just so you can understand as to how this is going to be implemented in some sort of sense to Theta Network. Just to read a little bit more reinforcement for the background, it says Thetaform was built by Igor Perik, Director of AI Research at the development of Cortex AI. This individual was thinking about the possibility of integrating Theta Edgecloud into their product suite. He started thinking about how he would make a team of ML or software engineers go about developing their AI models on Cortex and later deploying them on Edgecloud. I quickly realized Theta Edgecloud misses a key component by included a standardized DevOps practice in the industry, infrastructure as code support. Since I have experience with Terraform and AWS, Amazon Web Services, and there doesn't seem to be any Terraform provider for Theta, I decided to build one for himself. Igor Perik, developer of Thetaform. Terraform provider was developed by locally in Golang from scratches. Since there is no official Edgecloud CLI yet, Igor first built the first client CLI library in Go, which handles authentication and CRUD operations. Next in his plans are to finish the deployment resource, build the video streaming resource, publishing the official HashiCorp provider rep, and potentially smart contract infrastructure as code as well, deploying a ERC20 through Thetaform, private key vault integration, key rotations, contracts, upgrades, etc. So basically essentially saying that the funding that he won will be creating these developments. Fingers crossed that it actually goes into this type of resource and development and just not into his pocket. I'm sure the reason why this individual just seems more like there's going to be more bigger investment into this project itself rather than just initial winnings for the hackathon. Fingers crossed, guys. Just a friendly reminder that none of these videos are financial advice. Deploying the ERC20 token is, to my knowledge, is basically like a token for Theta Network. So it's just like another subchain token that can be utilized or earned if you are using this integration model in some sort of way. He mentions he truly believes in a future where DevOps engineering teams choose Theta as one of their cloud providers over typical choices of AWS, Azure, GCP, DigitalOcean, and others. This individual, Igor Perik, mentions. So congratulations, Igor, and thank you for your contributions to the Theta ecosystem. So for those who are just pretty new to this type of information update, what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be some sort of good use case? If it's not, do you think there should have been another winner? But I think after watching this video for the introduction of Thetaform or the Terraform, you'll understand as to how this could be somehow incorporated in the Theta network. Also, just want to mention to you guys that Terraform is located in the United States. It looks like here is their headquarters in San Francisco, California. I just wanted to throw out this information there just so you guys can see that with all these new partnerships, things that are being made in some sort of way that they're being spread across. So with all the universities and education, it seems like it's more in South Korea and Asia, and it looks like Theta Network is somehow forming some sort of partnership between these because of the individuals who are participating in the hackathon. So going on to this video so I can show you guys the real relationship between the two.
Terraform, an infrastructure as code tool that can provision resources in the cloud from simple declarative code. When building an app in the cloud, you may find yourself using the graphical user interface of your favorite cloud provider, clicking on buttons and paying for products just like you would on an e-commerce site. The only drawback of this approach is that it's complete and total chaos. You might click 1,000 different buttons to get your VM configured properly, but what happens when you need to reproduce the same thing again in the future? Terraform provides a way to build, change, and version infrastructure safely and efficiently by representing your infrastructure and all of its settings with the HashiCorp configuration language or optionally JSON. Think of it like a human-readable blueprint that can execute and automate everything you do in the cloud. It's free and open source, and the first step to get started is to install the CLI on your local system. Then from your project, create a file ending in .tf. At the top, we have a Terraform block that controls global settings for Terraform itself. Most importantly, we can define providers here, which are like plugins that can connect to different cloud providers like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, etc. Below that, we have a provider block, which gives Terraform the necessary credentials to connect to our Google Cloud account. From there, we can create actual cloud infrastructure using a resource block. It takes a type as its first argument, which corresponds to a product on Google Cloud, then a custom name to identify it as the second argument. Inside the block, we can customize the settings of the resource, like its machine type, zone, and anything else you can imagine. Now that our infrastructure is defined as code, we can run Terraform init to initialize the project, then Terraform apply to make the actual changes to Google Cloud. It'll require a confirmation before making the changes, then after it's complete, the Terraform show command can be used to inspect the current state of the infrastructure. What's awesome is that as we add more resources to the configuration, Terraform keeps track of the changes or diff similar to a version control system like Git. Just run Terraform apply again to deploy any changes to the configuration. Now, once your startup has failed and it comes time to tear down the project, use the Terraform destroy command as the inverse of apply to delete everything in your configuration file. This has been infrastructure as code with Terraform in 100 seconds. Make sure to hit the like button if you want to see more short videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
So with this video and like a quick introduction, it was posted about 3 years ago in the making of my video. So it has been associated or been in corporation or funding or running for X amount of years already. So for those, like I said, who are in this space itself, put some thoughts and comments down below if you've interacted with Terraform, utilized their tech or partnership in some sort of business aspect or just daily use. So I feel like that's a nice quick introduction as to how this is going to be implemented. For example, just being able to run that certain code rather than clicking through different type of things. It has a nice setup because of that AI algorithm that I believe Theta Network is going to be somehow affiliated with when it comes to certain deployments. So for example, the deployment will be able to detect it. So based on whatever job you want it to be done, that's where you can copy and kind of implement it depending on what job you want to do, depending as well as to when you want to use it. So not only would this be more cost efficient, you'll be more specific to when you want to be tailored to in terms of when you want to be in use. So I feel like what they were saying when it comes to cost effectiveness, I feel like for bigger companies, it would just makes more sense that way. But that's just my own opinion, guys. Like I said, as always, put your thoughts and comments down below. But that is really all I have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much if you're an OG viewer and coming back to the channel. Really do appreciate it. If you're a new viewer trying to find as much Theta news, updates, NFTs, or any kind of Theta partnerships, please hit that like and subscribe button. Check out all the links down below in the description for all the links I post in this video, as well as staking your Theta tokens to my Guardian node or staking your T-Fuel tokens to my Elite Edge node. Either way, help on my channel, help the Theta network, but overall help yourselves out. Earn as much T-Fuel passively as possible and utilize it however you want on Theta Drop, Open Theta, any of the subchains on Theta network, or just withdrawing it back to your own wallet. Really, I'm looking forward to the future of all these other Theta hackathon winners and just showcasing the background for you guys. So if you have any other thoughts, anything you want me to post in the near future, really hoping for the Edgecloud, the Samsung, that 3 billion-ish people who could potentially use the Theta Edgecloud. But until that release, until the next Theta update and video, it is your boy Justin Bassetti, so try to keep up. Hi, deuces.